not work, it may set the rebuild back even more. So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Kent staying around, to be honest with you. I know that when they talked about the rebuild, everyone pointed to the Cubs and the Astros, saying, "Hey, they went from 100 some losses to the World Series in 3 years." Right now, I don't have that kind of optimism for the Orioles.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much, buddy, and I hope you have a safe trip down to Florida and enjoy the weather. Hope it's not too hot down there.
Yeah, it's probably the same as here. It was like 85 here today, so I'm okay with that. All right, bud.
All right, man.
Take care, man.
We will. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. This is two top 10 teams. A lot of tradition involved here, and it's going to be a great game.
So talk about Bryce Love. You know, he came back last week, and you got in the Oregon game, and that game was a classic. I kind of turned off the TV and watched the rest of it and showed that. But let's talk about that game against Oregon.
Stanford was fortunate to win that game, I thought, but that said, they showed how resilient they are. They were down 24-7, made a very valiant comeback. They got a couple of breaks, bad snap on an Oregon play, and Stanford's Joey Alfieri brought it back 80 yards. That was really the key play of the game and really turned the game around. So I would say that Stanford's ground game still has a lot of work to do. The offensive line is not punching out the holes that it was last year, especially for Bryce Love. But Costello, KJ Costello, is doing a terrific job, and he's got some outstanding receivers. So we'll see what kind of a defense the Irish can muster against them. The Irish probably have the best pass rush that Stanford has faced so far this year. But Costello and those big rangy receivers are very, very hard to stop.
Yeah, well, KJ last year played really well against in Sanford Stadium. So he needs another performance.
Yes, he did. He had four touchdown passes in that game.
Yeah, so he needs another performance this time, prime time on NBC.
That's right. And he's ready for it too. The pass protection has been quite good. So we'll see if that's still the case against a very tough Irish defense.
Well, talk about Bryce Love. You know, I know he was dealing with some bumps and bruises. Is he going to be at full strength on Saturday?
Yeah, I don't think I think he was at pretty much full strength this past Saturday night, but he just wasn't getting the holes. He scored a 20-yard touchdown, had about 80 yards rushing, but he's not getting nearly the numbers that he did last year. And I think the main thing is he's just not getting the running room. So we'll see if that's possibly the case against Notre Dame. I suspect later on in the season that offensive line will reach the cohesiveness that it's had in years past. so far it's been kind of a mishmash of guys because of injuries.
Well, talk about the other side of the ball. Notre Dame's run defense is not that good because last week they gave over 200 yards to Wake Forest squad on the road. So I guess if you're Bryce Love, you hope you get more yardage against a Notre Dame defense.
Yeah. Well, he sure hopes so. Stanford hopes so too. I think that I didn't see all of the Wake Forest game. I saw most of it, and Wake did get some running room, but maybe they'll shore up their defense when they're playing at home.
So playing Notre Dame every year, it seems like you guys, when you play Notre Dame at Notre Dame, it's early in the year, and then you guys switch it, and when it comes to your guys, your town, it comes for Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Yeah, a lot of times it's played late in the season. I'm just delighted that we're going to Notre Dame earlier in the year, so the weather should be better. I'm really looking forward to getting back on that campus and seeing this game. I think it's going to be a terrific game.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping to go to see Notre Dame against Florida State, later in the year, and that's like in November. How cold is it in November? Do I need to know? Because I got to get some,
It can get pretty cold. It can get there. It can get certainly could be raining. So I would dress appropriately.
So real quick, last question: three keys. What's the three keys that Stanford got to do to pull out this big win on the road?
Well, I think they've got to continue to hit J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Caden Smith and Colby Parkinson with big passes. And I know the temptation in all these games is to say that, well, you got to avoid turnovers, and that's certainly the case here. But I'd say the second thing they've got to do is get Love untracked for a big one, a big breakaway run. It's been a while. He's only had one really this year, and last year he was making them 2 and 3 a week, for God's sake. So on the other hand, their defense has got to contain this young Ian Book, who's making his second start of the season for Notre Dame. Very interesting player. He looked great against Wake Forest, but Wake Forest is not the team, not the same defense that Stanford has. So we'll see how he does. He's a Northern California guy, and he's seems to be making the best of a great opportunity. He's much better passer than Brandon Wimbush, who was the incumbent there for quite a while. So now it looks like it's Book's team the rest of the way, although you never know.
That's true. Well, Tom, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you have a safe trip to South Bend, and I hope to talk to you down the road.
You bet. Thanks a lot for having me.
All right, we'll be right back here in the college football tonight.
You know that it would be untrue. You know.
Welcome back to the college football tonight. We're going to wrap it up with the interview with one of the Temple players we talked to this afternoon, Quincy Roche. He's from Reisterstown, Maryland. He plays for the Temple Owls. This is the last interview of the evening. Thanks for tuning us in here on Urban Fan Sports Radio. Thanks for
all our guests tonight, Tom Blackledge and Wes Durham and Jamon Bouchard, and also our friend Joe Schreiber, who does a great film for Towson
University. Let people go online and see it. So now until then, I'm Chris Heidel. Here's the last interview of the night. See you next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Urban Fan Sports Radio. Good night, everybody. After the interview.
Hello, this is Rich.
Hey, Rich, it's Chris Heidel. I'm ready to go.
Hey, Chris. Very good. Here's Quincy.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey Quincy, how you doing? Thanks for coming on to talk to you this afternoon. Just talk about being the American Conference Player, the Defensive Player of the Week. What does that mean for you?
It's a good accomplishment. It's a good feeling. I mean, it was last week though. We got a big game coming up this week that I got to focus on. I got to make sure I'm locked in for.
Yeah, you guys were taking on Boston College and a former coach that was at Temple before you even showed up. So, what's the feeling like around you guys playing a team like Steve Agazio?
It's something that we know, but we got to prepare for this game just as we did the last two games. The biggest thing is just going 1-0 this week, just like the last 4 weeks.
Right. Well, you're from Maryland, so you're from Randallstown, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. So how did Temple get on your radar?
I got recruited by the old staff.
Okay.
It wasn't too far. I like the culture here. I like Philadelphia. It reminds me of Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I just fell in love with it when I stepped on campus. I just.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. So what are you majoring up there at Temple? I know you're not there playing football and not going to school. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a communication studies major.
Okay, so you want to be a broadcaster just like myself?
Yes.
That's cool. So just talk about your season. You guys beat Tulsa last week, at home. What's it like playing there at the Lincoln Financial Field?
I think it's a good experience. Not everybody that goes to college gets to play in the NFL stadium. So I think that's something cool that we got, the cool advantage that we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cool. You guys, you and I think Pitt is the only two college teams that play in a NFL type stadium. That's pretty cool. Well, Quincy, thank you so much. I know you guys are getting ready for this game. What do you guys have to do against Boston College? I know Boston College is the ACC. You got that Brown kid, the quarterback, and you also have A.J. Dillon, who is a very good running back as well, a sophomore. He was a rookie of the year last year in the ACC. What do you guys have to do to contain them?
It's definitely a good team. We just got to focus on starting fast, playing physical, and just executing our assignments.
Okay. Have you ever been up to the Boston area?
No, I haven't.
So you're looking forward for your first trip there?
This would be my first trip up there.
That's cool. Well, Quincy, thank you so much. I know you have to go to class, but I appreciate it, and I hope that you guys do well this weekend, and I hope to talk to you more down the road.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks, Quincy. All right, bud. Bye.
Chris?
Yeah, we're all set.
Very good. You got it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Do believe I'm gonna clap my hands. I think I might tap my feet. Put together a one-man band. Take it walking on down the street. Have a one-man parade. Nobody needs to know, 'cause I'm right good at holding on to secrets, and I don't believe they show. All I want is a little dog to be walking at my right hand, taking the